So we have another important topic, that is to joining ideas. You need to know what kind of phrases are necessary to join different ideas. Okay. So we have the basic linkers given in the box. Can you see the screen? Is everything legible, buddies? Guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The following words and phrases. Yes, these are the basic phrases and linkers, conjunctions to join wide variety of ideas. Okay. Hope my voice is so clear enough. Yeah. So please try to match each of these phrases or joiners to correct purpose given right under the box. For example, connecting similar ideas. Similarly is the word generally we can use. Okay. So let me do one after another and learn from this. That is generally to explain more clearly about the previously written sentence. You wrote some sentence. In the very next, if you really want to write more clearly, in other words, by this I mean, or that is. Okay, that is to give more clarifying an idea. Is it clear, buddies? Right? Because of is to join cause and effect. Immediately after because of, what do you write? You include cause. Because of their absence, the meeting has called off. Okay, because of the organizer's absence, the meeting was called off, has called off. So clarifying an idea, and then because of is to present the cause, reason, or conclusion. Is it clear, buddies? Okay. So however is to join contrasting ideas, two different ideas. Contrasting means significantly different. Contradictory means opposite. Where do we have connecting similar different ideas? Right? In spite of is also to join contrasting ideas. In spite of is just like despite. Do we have despite also? Yeah. Let me write despite also here itself. Right. Furthermore is to add more similar information, additional information. Right. Furthermore, moreover, I have even shared some less common phrases in comparison with the simple phrases, simple joiners. Right. I'll show you then once this task is done. In addition is just like adding additional information. On the other hand, what we have just learned, on the other hand, is to join two contrasting ideas. On the other hand, consequently, how about consequently? Consequently means as a result. As a result and consequently, both are same in sense. Okay. Giving a reason or conclusion, giving an example. Reason or conclusion. Consequently, you are going to present what happened ultimately. As a result, conclusion, or a reason. Giving example, clarifying, it's not clarifying, connecting different ideas. No, connecting similar ideas. Consequently, as a result, no, not similar ideas. Reason or a conclusion. Let's see. As a result and also consequently, if necessary, we will make changes. But consequently, as a result, should not be should not be written under connecting similar ideas. Connecting different ideas should not be written. Clarifying, it's not like clarifying. Giving example is not at all for consequently. Giving reason or conclusion. For conclusions, you can use as a result. We will see. Okay. Next. While is also once again to join contrasting ideas. And then so we have so is also just like cause and effect, evidence and conclusion. Despite we have already written such as is just like, for example, we have already included as a result in the group of giving a reason or conclusion. Okay, whereas is also just like joining contrasting ideas. For instance, is exemplifications. For instance, not only but also to join similar ideas. Is not only late for the interview but also dressed inappropriately. And next, although is just like joining the contrasting. Although we have also is also and similar ideas. Finally, in fact is to clarifying a point. In fact, actually, indeed. Do we have indeed? Let's include. What's wrong? Okay. So therefore, such any other? Please observe this. Any changes necessary? Please let me know. Have you really categorized all the joiners or phrases given in the box? Please check this for 1 minute. Any doubt in this, buddy? Right? Next. Choose the correct words. If you have understood the usage of the linkers or joiners, what we just discussed, you're gonna get answers of these questions correctly. Please observe. Choose the correct words. Let me do the first one for you. Advertisements provide vital revenue for the entertainment industry. Consequently, or despite, without adverts, we could lose certain form of entertainment altogether. So between these two, can I go with despite? Do you think these two sentences are contrasting in sense? If you feel first and the second sentences, first idea and second ideas are contrasting each other, then you may go with despite. If you feel first and second are, cause and effect kind of things, then you must go with consequently. Which is correct, buddies? Guys, is it consequently or despite in between these two sentences? Okay, so please observe there is no such contrasting sense between these two sentences. So first sentence is from here to here, and second is this. Please observe these two sentences. You can't see any contrasting ideas, significantly different ideas on a particular topic. No, so it's not despite. It must be consequently, as a result, or so. Instead of consequently, you may even go with so, thus, right? You may even go with therefore here. It won't change the meaning. Advertisements provide vital revenue for the entertainment industry. Therefore, without adverts, we could lose certain forms of entertainment altogether. Okay? Instead of consequently, you may even go with as a result. Clear? Okay, you can simply replace consequently with other conjunctions or phrases like as a result, so, thus, therefore, giving overall same sense. Are you all with me? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, let's move on. Nowadays, the internet has become an indispensable, unavoidable business tool. Indispensable means unavoidable. Although or in fact, we would find it very difficult to get through a working day without it. Difficult to go through the working day without it. You can't, complete a day without that internet.
In fact,
In fact, so because you can't see any contrasting ideas, you contrasting sense between these two sentences, right? To go with although here. In fact, would be better. Clarifying. Okay. Unavoidable. And obviously, it is going to be difficult for us without internet to get through a day. Third one, the internet brings the world into our home. Also, or however, we sometimes want to shut out the outside world from time to time. So is it also or however? Can you find any contrasting ideas between these two sentences? Then you must go with however. Otherwise, if you are able to find similar information, you must go with also. Which is better, buddies?
however,
However is the right one. Because the first statement is indicating, internet is actually making us to get entire world, at our home. Simply staying at home, we can enjoy the internet. But sometimes we have to, shut out the outside world from time to time. So it's not only an advantage, it is advantage, and it is giving disadvantage. We have to completely stop the outside world all the time. Time to time means invariably, all the time. So first statement is talking about advantage. Second is a disadvantage. So these two contrasting ideas must be joined, are suitably separated by the word like however. It's not also. Is it clear? Guys, the next one. Schools can give our children academic knowledge, whereas or furthermore. At school, children can learn social skills.
Furthermore.
Okay, schools can give even next sentence is also about what children can learn at school. First sentence is about schools, what children can learn from the school. Second sentence is also what additionally they can learn at schools, right? So it is furthermore, additional idea, not whereas. Correct? Fifth one. Many people today spend time on social networking sites. As a result, for example, Facebook and Twitter are both used around the world to help people stay connected. So which is better? As a result or for example? Guys, in the previous statement, we got social networking sites. Examples of social networking sites can be seen in the next sentence. So you need a word like, for example, in between. Okay, right? So let me give you some more phrases which can replace the phrases or the linkers you have seen in each of these statements. Okay, so for example, in the second set of statements, the word we have picked is in fact. Instead of in fact, you may even go with, what are other words you can go with? Actually, indeed. Actually can work. Indeed can also work. Is it clear, buddies? Instead of in fact, you can simply go with indeed or actually. Any doubts? What are the other words can replace in fact in the second set of statements? Actually, indeed. You may even go with that is. That is also works. That is, and then you have to go with comma. And again, the internet brings at home, however. For however, you can go with on the other hand. If you really want to simply replace however with any other word, that is on the other hand. That word would be on the other hand. You can't replace however directly, although should be joined at the beginning of the sentence. Although internet brings the world into home, we sometimes want to shut out the outside world from time to time. You can't simply directly replace however. You can remove, and although must be joined at the beginning of the first sentence, and overall the meaning won't change. But if you really want to simply replace however with a word that is on the other hand, you may even go with whereas. Whereas sometimes works well. Okay. Right. We have furthermore. For furthermore, what's the better replacement word? In addition. Additionally. On top of that. Okay. On top of that can also be written. Furthermore. You can write in addition. Right. On top of that, or in addition to that. Okay. Yeah. Fifth one, for example, instead of for example, you can just go with for instance. Again, you can't directly replace, for example, with such as, because here the sentence is actually closed. So if you really want to use such as, you must go with comma here. Many people today spend time on social networking sites such as Facebook. There is no full stop. There is no necessity of full stop if you go with such as. If you want to replace, for example, with such as, you can go with such as. But the period must be removed. That should not be full stop. It continues the sentence. Is it clear, guys? Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Next. So apart from the basic joiners or linkers or transitional words that you should be able to use in your writing task to response, you should also use some reference words, okay, like this. To achieve high band score in the IELTS writing paper, you need to show wide variety of vocabulary and sentence structures, and you should be able to avoid repeating the words. How can you avoid? You can use a synonym to avoid repetition. You can use a pronoun, a kind of reference word. You can use a group noun to avoid the repetition. We have been provided with clear examples right under it. Settlers introduced several new animals such as the cat. This predator. This predator actually refers back to the word cat. The student wants to use the cat again, but instead he used this predator. This predator preyed on the local wildlife. Settlers often introduce new crops and animals to the area. This type of activity is actually referring back to introduce new crops and animals. This type of activity, what kind of thing is it? This predator, this plus noun. So it is using pronoun. It's a noun actually. And this type of activity, this is also noun. Right? Group noun. He named it as a group noun. Okay. This we have this as a pronoun, and predator is the noun. Okay. This predator, this type of activity using group noun. This type of activity can be disastrous. So to avoid the repetition of the phrases, you can use a pronoun, a reference word like which or that. You can even use pronoun plus a noun, right? This plus noun, this plus plural noun, and this type of activity, this kinds of activity. Activity is noun here. Okay. So please finish this 2.1 and then we will close the session for today. Please observe the task. Extract 1 to 5, repeat the same vocabulary. Improve them by replacing the underlined phrases with a suitable synonym from the box and appropriate pronoun. Okay, let me do the first one for you for understanding. We depend on oil, coal, gas for the majority of our energy needs. However, oil, coal, gas, okay, he has repeated. You should not repeat. Instead of this underlined portion, what's the better word I can go with from the box? From the list of words given in the box.
Natural
Will
resource.
one day run out.
Natural resource.
So it's not simply natural resources. These natural resources, he mentioned clearly, no? These, this. Now, so these natural resources, you have to write these natural resources. Okay. These natural resources will one day run out. Please check the rest of the sentences for 1 minute. Right. Remote and rural areas may initially seem like idyllic places. Idyllic places means ideal places. Idyllic places to live, but they often lack hospitals, shops, and schools. Living without easy access to hospital shops. Okay, he has repeated the list again. Can make life very difficult indeed. So what do I have to come up with?
These
Facilities. These facilities. You're right. These facilities. Next, governments sometimes try to encourage innovation by offering grants. This is not always effective because special grants are often difficult to obtain. He has repeated grants or instead of grants. So would I have to come up with
funding.
from the list?
Funding. Funding.
Special funding is, you can't read this funding. Special already given, no? Because special funding. Funding, okay, when you grants generally go with R, right? Because it's plural, but funding is a singular, so you have to replace with funding is often difficult to obtain. Okay, right. Teachers ask students to simply copy down text from a blackboard. But copying down, oh,
This method, I believe.
so we'll close the session in 2 minutes. But copying down text does not help students to become independent or flexible in their use of language. Copying down text. So this system or this method?
This method.
This method. The system can also work, but the system is more suitable for the next underline portion, you know, for the next sentence for the underline portion given in it. So in my country, cars driving through the city center are charged a toll. Charging a toll has, so it's not this method. You must go with this system. So this system is more suitable than this method for this underline portion, charging a toll. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can attempt the rest of the questions also. It's not at all tough, right? So for example, we have incorrect style. So you should never include abbreviations. You should never go with informal phrases or words. Never go with contractions. Okay, let me do the first one. Children with no access to education are more likely gonna. It's not gonna. You must go with. You must go with going to. Going to end up in manual jobs. Right. Two of the major problems we are facing today are global warming. There should not be any symbols or shortcuts or abbreviations or short forms. You have to write neatly, and a lot of our modern conveniences are contributing to our unhealthy lifestyle. Okay, as I told you, you should not use short forms. Instead of it, you can go with for example. You must use for example and then comma. F must be capital. Yes, there must be period here. Okay. Some businesses think it is okay. Okay is again short form. To simply dump toxic waste and pay the necessary fine. It is all right. It is all right. It is all right or acceptable. It is all right to simply dump toxic waste. It is acceptable. Okay, some businesses think it is all right to simply dump toxic waste and pay the necessary fine. Some businesses think it is acceptable to simply dump toxic waste and pay the necessary fine. Kids is not a formal word. Instead of kids, you must use children. Is it clear, buddies? Okay. I find that the internet helps me a lot when I travel. I can use it to book my flights, find a hotel, get maps. It's not etc. It's a short form again, and so on. You can just go with and so on. Okay. Instead of it, you may use as such. I can use it to book flights, find a hotel, get maps as such. Okay. Right. So it's already 10:15. It's time to close. Please read through the test tape and finish this task 2.3 at home. Okay. This is enough for today. Let me get the attendance. Tomorrow we are going to write the response for the question, both sides. Before we write, I'm going to explain, the standard structure you have to follow whenever you want to write a response, writing task to response for any writing task to question. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Let me get the attendance.